Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertold, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Did I say Marantz Rantz? I thought I said Marantz. It's wow. I don't know. My mind's going. I'm here. The title of the stream is called MOASS is Upon Us. Shh. Don't tell anybody. You know, some people they get bent out of shape when I say stuff like that. MOASS is here, baby. Because according to them, it's the mother of all short squeezes. And, yeah, the mother of all silent squeezes, shadowed squeezes. I mean, I don't know what you want to call it, but MOASS can stand for a lot of things right now. But how about I just say a headline and it just be a headline? Not that it's true. Not that it's actually happening this way. Maybe I'm no better than Motley Fool. I'm no better than Yahoo Finance. Maybe I'm no better than Financial Times. Yet, every article I read today, every single one. Now, I will tell you this. I read articles that had one narrative for GameStop. The other things I read were journal entries, Twitter posts from so-called GameStop supporters, many of whom I've called out myself over the years, and I even gave them an open invite to join the show tonight. Everyone's welcome. I will post the link to join the show. I'm starting to think our Discord is broken. Our Discord channel, which is Marantz Rantz, it's a name. I can invite anyone to the server. It's in the description of every video. It's in the live stream of every video. It's everywhere. If you want to join the Discord, it's completely free. There are other Fin influencers on this planet, which I am happy to be one, that charge money. There's a guy named Jackie De La Grift who loses every investment you could ever imagine, and his name's Jackie De La Tits, but I call him De La Grift because that's what he's doing, where he's charging people $500 US to join his Discord. I want to know who's dumb enough to pay it. That's what I want to know. By the way, you'll learn nothing. But hey, click the link, join the show. That's what I'll put on there. It's there. It's in the chat, pinned to the top of the live chat. If you want to join the show, come on in and we'll talk. But we're going to talk about these headlines. The first thing I want to address is going to be the non-public headlines. Guys, let's get a couple of things straight. We get about 3,000 people a night to watch the show. We do over 1 million minutes viewed a month. That's a lot of coverage. It's a lot of time that people are watching the show. This show in particular. We're almost at 1 million hours viewed, just to give you reference. Plenty of content to watch and learn from. But we are this big in the internet, we are this big in the influence world, and we are this big in the finance world. We are very minute, very tiny. One thing I learned from Cosmic Lightning Warrior, the internet is a very large place. I was like, wait a minute, bro, we got this on lock. No, we don't. No one, and I repeat this, absolutely no one knows that GameStop came in at $647 million unadjusted income. No one out there, the bulk of people, have any idea that GameStop operationally had a swing profit over the last 5 years of $500 million. Additionally, they're up totally over $1 billion as well. $1 billion. It's okay. People don't know that GameStop is a thriving business, that it is a growing business, that the revenue is growing for the company. People don't know it. Not enough people know. You know what I love the best, like the most though? Let's just say you started talking to somebody about GameStop yesterday, or 2 weeks ago, or a month ago, and they don't even have a brokerage account, or they've never invested a day in their life. What are they telling you today? Hey man, earnings came out. The earnings were so-called great, but the price went down. What are you doing, bro? Who cares? $23 is nothing. I thought you said this thing's going to the moon. More ignorant people that don't know the markets, that don't understand the markets. We're not that. There's no hopes and wishes and false dreams here. Nope. Wall Street can price this out whatever they want to give it a price to. I've learned to detach myself from the price. I don't even look at it. I can tell you on today, with all honesty in my heart, I did not watch the market not 1 second. Not one. Didn't matter to me. Wherever the stock's going does not matter to me. There's so many other things that will come to life that will give you value, that you will find out just what GameStop is. So let's destroy these narratives. Let's take them apart. Let's go for it. Hey, it's Pixel or anyone else on Twitter. These guys on Twitter come out and say this, and I'm going to paraphrase, but this is the shouting match that's happening on Twitter right now, with no one, by the way, with people with like 600 followers. And, oh, Marantz, you don't have that much more. It's not about that. For the ones that are speaking ignorant and negatively against GameStop, they're not big platforms. Very small people. They're trying to infuse. They're trying to distract and detach everything. Remember, it's happened here, guys. I've had people come on this show and say, you know what? I can make my money writing covered calls. And guess what happened to them? They got assigned. They lost their way. They lost a lot of money. And they have less shares today than they did before. Because they're not certified geniuses. Huh. They're dudes who think they can catch a wave. Spadekin says he wants to talk to me privately. You need my help? Do you need the military's help as well? Awesome. You need the military. You guys are funny, bro. Shout out to 82nd Airborne, Alcoholics Anonymous, AA. 82nd is flying out to put boots on the ground in Iran. We're putting boots on the ground on foreign territory? I don't know. But shout out to them. It sucks. Sucks that we're going to send an air assault, an airborne unit to the desert. Again, for no reason at all. Absolutely no reason. You know what I was told before I go on with the narrative of GameStop, just so that we're talking macro environments? I was reading that it's going to cost us $2 billion a day to keep the Strait of Hormuz open so that fuel can get through, that the Congress needs to pay $2 billion a day. It's been open for like the last, I don't know how many years, like 40 years. Were we paying $2 billion a day then? I'm just asking. Or maybe I got this all wrong. Somebody can help me. All right, I'll leave it alone. Gross. Everything that's happening with this administration on a foreign relations standpoint is gross. I can't even look at Marco Rubio in the eyes anymore. That's how bad it is. I think it's terrible. Anyway, we'll go back to the markets. Let's stay on task, Marantz. What's being told, or what's being said, is that multiple people are going to buy more shares of GameStop. They're ready to buy them all right now, but with the idea that they're going to vote no to Ryan Cohen's compensation plan. The new narrative is Ryan Cohen is holding GameStop investors hostage, and he's demanding that he make $35 billion off of this investment. Guys, it's a very tricky way, the way he's going to receive compensation, none of which would come out of your pocket. No. We're going to destroy some of that FUD right now. FUD, F-U-D. The fear, uncertainty, and doubt on this investment, we're going to destroy it tonight. First one is, you don't have the votes. For all you naysayers out there, everyone against Ryan Cohen, you don't have the votes. You don't. Your little Twitter accounts, that you don't even have enough shares for the votes that you're trying to provoke. Remember that. Okay? If Ryan Cohen were to cash out $35 billion on GameStop and you're worried about what you're not getting, let's make this very clear. The only way Ryan Cohen gets anywhere near those totals, whatever the total may be, after the dilution and after the price discovery and market cap structure, the tranches, everything, the way it's built out, this compensation plan, GameStop would have to have a 10x run over X amount of years. Additionally, he's locked in when he buys the shares, when he gets awarded the shares, he's locked in for 2 years. Can't sell. I think it's a pretty strong commitment. You'll have a window there. But he has to get all the way to $100 billion for him to get to the max amount. Whether he dilutes more or not, I'll explain dilution to you in a minute. But just imagine a 10x run from where you are right now. We're at $10 billion, has to go $100 billion, 10 times your money. So if I put in $60,000, I have $59,126. I bought more today. But that's what I got. Isn't it funny, Tony? Hey, Tony D, I got to talk to you for a minute. Tony De Niro, you see how I show my position? I show it on the screen. I show it here. I'm not afraid of people. You see, you try to say, oh, Marantz only has this because he sold this and then he bought it with it. No, I've been buying shares every day, Tony. I got pages, babe. Where's yours? Show me one. No, because you like your cost average below 21, you called it. Yet you sold some shares the other day, as you said, when it ran to 24. You sell on every peak and you buy at every bottom. I buy it every day. What do you have to say to me? Maybe we're headed somewhere. See, you can't call me a bag holder. Can't say I'm getting diluted. You're getting diluted, Tony, when you don't buy. And let's talk about dilution. You know, GameStop did an ATM, 400,000 shares for $20 a piece. They raised $400 million. It was something like that. Sold 20 million shares at $20 a piece. Something like that. I don't know. 20 million shares, right? The float is 448. That's not even 5% of the float. So it's about 4% of the float, the last ATM they did. So dilution of your position, meaning if you want to stay on pace with GameStop's ATM, you'd have to buy 4% this year. That was last year, 4% more shares. So for my case, I have, let's just say if you had 1,000 shares, you'd have to buy 40 over the next year to keep pace. So you wouldn't get pushed out by the dilution. You wouldn't lose that leverage. I think I do more than that a year, 40 shares. How about you? So should I be worried about dilution? No. So how about 17 million shares? How about for every tranche that GameStop gets to, 20 billion, 30 billion, 40 billion, 50 billion, 60 billion, 70 billion, 80 billion. Oh, you thought I wouldn't do it again? 90 billion, 100 billion. Ryan gets 17 million shares. Ooh, diluting the float is what they called it. Huh. What's 17 million shares? 3% of the float? I mean, I'm not good at math. You guys got to help me here. A little over 4%? Nah, maybe not. 3%. So 3% of the float. So I got to buy 3% more every year. It gets a $10 billion increase. I think I'm doing that. I think I'm going to be okay with that. I don't think a 3% dilution of the float is going to really rock me to the core. I don't think dilution is a scary tactic here. They're not doing a reverse stock split and then honoring debt and paying it via that. Oh, I'm so sorry, AMC. Did you watch the books? The AMC went from 500 million shares to 5 billion and counting. That's not GameStop. So I'm not worried about dilution. Ryan getting to the mecca of $100 billion. Not worried about that because then I'd make 10x my money. So where's the fear? Ryan's going to rug pull. He's going to sell. He's going to run. He's going to get out of here. He's committed to 2 years after the fact on every tranche. I think we're okay again. I think we're okay. So that bullshit that's getting pushed out on Twitter, please drop the noise. Spare me. Don't send it my way. All right, so that's the first one. We got that clear? We're not afraid of it. We're not afraid of Ryan Cohen's whole pension plan coming. I mean, I'm voting yes. I don't know what you guys are going to do. I'm voting yes. And I have 2,500 votes. Hey, by the way, for all you cats out there that like to make money in the dark, I could write 25 contracts a month, a week, whatever it may be, make my $40 a contract, call it a night, and what happens to me? I'm putting an extra $1,000 in a week on the account. That's what would happen, huh? Oh, my God, Marantz, you would make it. Write $32 covered calls. Go for it, bro. They're never going to get there. Just go for it. Like everyone else is doing. Nah. I don't gamble with my time. I have other things to do. But you guys will get assigned. You guys will lose your shares. I promise you. There's things that are inevitable, right? The inevitable things. People who write covered calls to get their shares assigned. Noisy Korax probably has bed bugs. Not probably. And I see guys like I think about it, Tony. Hey, Tony, would Charlotte leave you if you lost your job? I'm just curious. Or would you leave her if she lost hers? That makes me laugh. Yeah. Real ones, we just wear it. We kick ass. Hey, by the way, just so that we're clear, Tony De Niro claims to have had $1 million in stock rewards from one of his previous companies that he worked for. I want to know what happened, Tony. Where did it go? What did it dwindle down that bad? Or did you just feed it all to the chickens? What in the hell's going on? You guys don't know. This is all personal. Apologize. We'll get back on track here. Free your money, master your mind. My GameStop is here, and we're here to tell you just how great it is because the headlines don't make sense. Let me tell you what's going on right now with these headlines, guys. Here's a headline on MSNBC, MSN. Right here, it says GameStop. Oh, man, I'm not a financial advisor, but I did play one. I slept at a Holiday Inn Express. GameStop posts 14% fall in quarterly revenue amid digital gaming shift. Who wants to tell them? Digital gaming shift? GameStop didn't lose a damn dollar, bro. GameStop made more money. Just so you know, that headline's everywhere. GameStop made more income. They had more revenue in the U.S. and Australia. We already know what they did by shutting down operations. They shut down. See, here's another thing for all you guessing game guys. It's nearly impossible. By the way, very close to the number, as always, for the quarter. But it's nearly impossible to digest what GameStop's profitability margins are or where they should be because they close 1,000 stores a year. And when they closed 998 stores, you don't know what effect that has on the bottom line because you don't know when they closed them. They could have closed them in January. They could have closed them quarter 2, quarter 3. They won't tell you. And that's okay. That's part of the disguise. It's part of the mystique. I like it. I like it because I understand it. Just like I told you the previous year. They closed all these buildings. This is what they're not carrying over this many. Okay, so they're not carrying over that many, but they didn't announce the closure of 470 stores until January. So you can't pocket that money right now. Go look at quarter 1 of last year versus this year. What's going to be the difference? We're going to break down the numbers. I'm going to go through the whole thing. Quarter 1, I'm already excited. If we were at 648 adjusted, hello 700. It's like that. And that's the way it is. Huh. No, you guys, I know. My references, old school. Sorry. But GameStop's way ahead. So far ahead, guys, that Wall Street hasn't given it $1. Why do I say MOASS is upon us? You know what happens after GameStop's earnings, ideally? We start creeping up. Or we can get pushed down, but it's to the levels of reality. The beyond reality level right now is under $20. We went there once, boom, bounced off. I need to hit there again. I'll tell you why we need to hit there again, because I need Tony De Niro to buy more shares. I'm pocket watching this guy. I'm done with it. If you want to be a successful YouTuber and an educator to the masses, then you've got to do your own work, right? You just can't teach it. You got to do it to teach it. I mean, maybe it's just me. It's like dudes who say sports betting, right? And they go, here's the winners, blah, blah, but then they don't bet. I'm telling you the winner right now, and I bet. I put a lot of money behind it. A lot to me. I don't know if 60,000 is a lot of dollars to you guys. A lot to me. That's like 10 years of salary. Oh, hell yeah, it is. You don't know my life. Oh, man. Anyway. I know what you guys are saying. You thought it was Thursday, but then you heard the music and you realized it was Wednesday. I got one for you. I don't know if you guys know Sharon. Sharon's she's not around right now as often as she used to be, but she still watches the show. She told me, she says, I'm going to be AFK. I'm not going to be around all the time during the live stream. I got stuff to do, which is cool. I love it. She still supports me. She still goes through the show. She's awesome. Sharon texted me last night or this morning. I got the message. She said, hey, Marantz, awesome earnings show. You did great. Don't forget, as hyped as you are, it's trash day. And I was like, yo, it's Spanish Wednesday. It's trash day. Woke up at 6, bro. I was actually up at 3 playing World of Warcraft. But I went and put my shoes on, and I went and took the trash out. The trash man had already come. He already came. It was like at 6:30 in the morning. So I grabbed that gray trash can, and I start running, bro, in chanclas, running up the street, dragging that bitch, dragging the wagon. And I'm looking for him in the neighborhood, bro. And I found him. He's like, are you good, bro? I said, nah, man. You skipped my house, bro. I missed you. I got the other one for the guy for later, but this one for now. He said, park it over there on the road, bro. I'll pick it up in a bit when I come around. I was like, thank God. Oh, you know why I said thank God? Because I was out of breath. Oh, bro, my cardio is gone. I was like, bro, you don't know what it's like pulling 40-pound trash can, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Probably weighs more than that, but it has wheels. Anyway, that was my morning. My blessing is that she reminded me it was trash day. I almost missed it. I've only missed trash day 3 times in the last 5 years because of you guys. So thank you. That's my thank you. That's my halfway thank you. Chewy missed earnings per share by 1 penny and had free cash flow of $232 million, and they were up 13% today. Yeah, so. By the way, I don't think GameStop's free cash flow is sustainable. I've said this before, but we're going to go over it right now. Let's go over the real fundamentals. So these are the fundamentals that Wall Street looks at. I know we, the trader, we, the investor, we, the specialist, we look at quarterly reports and we look at trailing 12 and we analyze or overanalyze every single metric. Okay. And a lot of people view this on raw numbers. 1,100 revenue versus 1,200. What's the difference? That's who you are. That is not the case. In our case for GameStop, there's a lot of fat in here. There's Canada. There's France. There's everything you want. Everything you don't want is in this number. Right here, this is a U.S. Australia number where they're flush with Europe and other things like that. So this is an amazing number to have, 1.1. We probably will net somewhere around $900 million to $1 billion next year. But that number can go way up if you increase your trading cards, your Pokemon, all of that, your collectibles. Can also go up with the release of Grand Theft Auto 6 in November, just in time for the holiday season. So I think the number is going to be massive next year, but I'm here for it. So as we look at these numbers, remember what I'm telling you, that Wall Street looks at annual numbers. I've been here too many years. I know these guys. These guys are idiots. These guys look at raw data and go, okay, explain it to me. Why should I buy in? And they're going to look at something like this and go, declining revenue. That's what Wall Street's going to do. You're not Wall Street. You are an informed investor. You're smarter. You know that this number has a drastic decline in stores and product, a different product. So the revenue growth, although diminished, is actually increasing. I showed you that last episode. Cost of revenue means your margin is increasing. That's why we have more gross profit this year than last year. Additionally, your expenses are going down. So think about this. Our expenses go down and our cost of revenue is going down equally, but our gross profit goes up. So when that happens, your net profit increases. We did the same amount, if not more, $80 million more in gross profit, and we spent $200 million less, $220 million less. So what does that swing for you when you think about it? $300 million. So when you see this here, it's plain as day. You see 232. You factor in the expenses. These expenses here, $59 million, are adjusted expenses, meaning they are adjusted EBITDA. They are one-timers. You will not see them again. You will not see them next year. You might see some expenses, but it's not going to be the same ones. This is Canada. That's some other expenses stuff. It's just, that's what it is. Okay. Now, when you come down here, you'll see interest. Our interest increased from 49 million. We used to do negative 26.9. A 5-year run for GameStop. Think about this on 5 years. We've gone gross profit from 1.3 to 1.1 in 5 years. You go, oh, well, you shrank that much. We didn't shrink anything. We were down 140 million, 150 million. That's not the make it or break it. The fact that we only spend 2.4 billion versus the 4.6 to get the same results. Now you come over here, SG&A is down 50% from then to now. Over 5 years, we've improved this much. Now, operating income was negative 368 on ops. This is when everyone and their mother used to come into the show, which, by the way, the link's still working right now. Used to come into the show and tell me, Marantz, it's not a profitable company. They only make money via interest. You don't know what you're talking about. It's trash. Games are going nowhere. It's digital, blah, blah, blah. You name it, they said it. And what did we do? We went from negative 368 to positive 232. What I'm telling you is this number has this hanging over it. So it should be 285. If it were 285 from 368, you can do that math. It's a $600 million swing. Remember that. That's how great GameStop is doing over the last 5 years. Additionally, interest income went from us paying money to us making money. It's a massive number, and it rolls. We have some one-timers here, whether they be for warrants, whether they be for Bitcoin investments, whether it be for nonsense we're doing. All of that is true. All of that is true as long as you want it to be. Does this number look like 400 to you? Why is it that when they report it this way? When I go to overview, it shows you that we made 418 million for the year, which is an increase from last year of 218%. You should get credit for that, Wall Street. Let me know. EPS, this is the diluted EPS is 77. That's for shares that don't even exist, i.e. shares in bonds. That's what you're up against there. So the float is more than the 448 when you're doing EPS here. This is how you can get lied to if you don't know the fundamentals of your own investment. I know them. You can't confuse me. So we'll go back to it. And here you go, shares outstanding. 549 versus the 448. That's what we're talking about. Now, EPS is actually 93 cents a share, not 77. We'll just leave that going. Free cash flow, 597. Massive number. Massive number. What is that? Closing down stores, selling off operations, all the above. That's fine. We had assets to sell, and we sold them at a profit, and we made plenty of money. We didn't take a loss here, guys. Think about this. Over the last 5 years, we have increased our gross profit margin 10%. You are running a better operation and a better company for 10%. Our operations margin used to be -6. We're now +6. 12% swing. Profit margin, -6, +9. 15% swing. And our free cash flow, -8 to a +16. Although I don't think it's sustainable, the 16%. I think that we can be somewhere in the 5 to 10 and we'll be fine. But it's still a good number. I would tell you that the profit margin is going to be identical, almost like this. But we're going to eventually, this free cash flow margin, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 25%, 30%. It's going to be like that because we have so much cash that's accumulating interest on the backside of it. So I see what we did for EBITDA, the whole number itself. I saw what we did for the margin itself. From being a negative margin all these years to now being positive, this is a true turnaround story for GameStop, and people should recognize it. Here's the balance sheet. The balance sheet, as we look across from 5 years ago when we first started investing into GameStop, we had $1.2 billion. We're now at $9 billion. I'm telling you, there's some real worth here. No one's saving this investment. We don't need to be rescued. This isn't a short squeeze play. This is Ryan Cohen extracting value for those same said shares that they said were worth nothing. They said it's not worth 10. It's not. It's a $3 stock, right? Martin Scarelli, it's a $6 stock. Tony De Niro, a $3 stock. Michael Packer, $13 stock. Really, the whole world's paying billions for it at $30 a pop. So maybe it's worth a lot more than what you guys said. Anybody ever going to hold Tony De Niro to that? He said it was a $3 stock. I mean, I was there. Were you? Cool. So the cash has grown. We get that. And to grow at these percentages is massive. Think about the inventory we carry over. We're not holding dead weight on inventory, which is phenomenal. Accounts receivable, that's fine. You would expect it to diminish because we're not holding such a big operation. But our assets are over $10 billion. Those are our assets. $9 billion having to be cash and marketable securities. You'll see here, if you were going to run GameStop, you can run it right here for $400 million. Guys, this is the dinner tonight. This is going to be mole, chicken mole, and rice. That's my life right now. So, wifey going to interrupt the whole show. Oh, thank you, mama. Get that dog out of here because he's going to try to eat my food. Get him out. Yeah, thank you. Guys, you already know. You're going to have to look at a chart for a minute. Don't worry, mama. You're good. You got no choice. Here we go. I'm going to be right back because I got to eat. You know the drill. Get at me. Pimps? Yeah, I'll be right back. I don't know what I'm going to play, though. I have no idea what to play for you guys. But let's... Actually, I do know. Check this out, bro. Hey, you guys ain't ready for my life. I got a whole playlist, actually. A hidden playlist that nobody knows about. It's Spanish Wednesday. I can do it. It's one of these. Where's it at? Videos. Música. Boom. Got it. Nah, Spanish Wednesday, we said, right? We stay true to us. Remember that. Is that good? Damn. All right, back to the stock, back to the channel. Sorry, guys. I was raised right. Yeah, clean the plate, lick the plate. Do it. And then rinse it off, by the way. You got to rinse it off. Let's see. Wifey's different, bro. I just eat different. My life is different. People don't know. Like a warm meal, the smell of food will make you come home. Excuse me. Like, playing video games with my kids was probably like one of the magical moments in my life. Like when they were big enough to play with me and they were like, we were like making a difference. We're grinding stuff out together. It was awesome. I would rush home just to hang out with them. And now they got their own playing buddies now. Now they're big timing me. It's cool. Then I transitioned over the years to where I was racing home because my wife was making food. And I was like, yo, I gotta eat. I know it's so good. Oh, it was always something else, reason to come home. Then these last 5 years, I'd race home to do the show. Either I would do it in the mornings or I would do it at night, depending on whatever my schedule is. You guys have been on the schedule with me the whole way. And I race home now to do a show for you guys. So I'd like to return the favor. It's like if you need a reason to race home, if you need a reason to log in or to hear, to watch the live stream. Some people don't even know live streams exist. They don't know podcasts exist. They don't know this internet thing exists where we're at. Just remember that no one has a bigger influence on your investment than you. Your mindset, your approach, and you're steadfast. So that's where I'm at. I didn't read what you wrote. You erased it too fast, but Mark, I appreciate whatever you wrote, bro. I'm sure it came from the heart. Let's see what it said. It said, Marantz, I don't know how you do it, man. It's extremely frustrating seeing so many good things going for GameStop and the price still not going to the moon. Oh, that's what you're worried about? Yeah, you worried about the little shit, bro? Let me give you some perspectives into this, right? A perspective into my mindset. Because I've got people who text me every day. This is bullshit, man. This is criminal. I'm pissed. And hey, people are pissed, right? Texting me. Ryan Cohen needs to do something. All these haters and all these melties and all this. And I'm just like, bro, I don't give a shit. Let me tell you. And I'm not going to judge you, Mark, but I'm going to use you as an example real quick. Is it Mark? Marek? I don't know, Mark. I'm calling you Mark. Don't be a Mark-ass bitch, bro. No. The bulk of people, the majority of people, wake up every day and go to a bullshit job that they hate. There's a very minimal number of people that do something for a living that they enjoy. Some people, I love my job. Bullshit. They love what they get paid for. They love what they get paid. They don't love doing what they're doing. 80% of people aren't doing something that they're passionate about. They're just another cog in the wheel. Imagine you wake up every day, Mark, and you go to a job that you're there, and yes, you do get compensated, and yes, you probably are recognized or not. But what are you doing it for? Marginal increases? So you get another $1 out of it. You get a 3% raise. You're getting 60 cents. I don't know. My point being that you're doing all of this work and you're getting all this recognition, and this is the rut you're stuck in, yet you have a happy life. You probably go on vacation. You probably pay your bills. You probably have a wife that, will make you happy once or twice. Yeah. People will work a dead-end job for 10 years and ask for a raise in their 10th year and go, I think I'm worth another $1. See, my point is, I lose nothing when GameStop does anything. There's nothing. I lose nothing. I don't lose sleep. I don't lose interest. I don't lose money. Nope. Let GameStop be the poster child for the way you should react to good news versus bad news. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me explain it a different way. GameStop put an investment into Bitcoin. They found a way to make money off that investment, and in turn, the realized losses or unrealized losses were hit on the sheet. Okay, they're there this year. Where's it going to be 10 years from now? Who knows? What is 5% of your asset pool? How does that affect you as an operator or as a person? Should it ruin or dampen your day? No. Are you being judged off the performance of the now? No. 10Ks and 10Qs tell you what just happened. They're a past report. They're not a future report. I already knew GameStop was coming in at 400 plus, 600 plus, whatever the hell it was unadjusted. I already knew that. I said 510 minimum. Boom, here it comes. Because it's the past. It's predictable. It can be explained. No one knows the recession we're about to go through. No one knows the layoffs and the furloughs and everything employers are going to have to do to stay afloat because gas and transportation is going to cost more. And why? Because it's self-induced. Let's put the blame on someone, on something, all while masking, starting a war, all while doing all that to limit gates on redemptions, on private credit in the private sector, all of whom are falling apart. KKR just got their private credit sector downgraded to junk from Moody's. Yeah, the third largest private equity firm, junk. No one is going to be able to borrow money. No one's going to be able to buy up these terrible deals. Assets will be sold for pennies on the dollar. You want to hope that you're invested in a company that doesn't have covenants. When you have covenants, you have people to answer to. You see, I'm not mad about anything. The price of GameStop not moving, what does that care to me? I bought a share today. I'll keep buying shares too. Every day. I'm not going to stop that. Wall Street will figure itself out. It'll all line up. It'll be great. But I've waited years for things to happen. You know what's inevitable? Learned this from my pops. I'll tell you what's inevitable. I've got 5 children, 4 of whom are adults. I've got a 5th one who's going to be 16. He's going to be an adult. He's on his way. He's going to graduate high school. He's on his way. I know it. I know the path he's on. I know who he is. I know what he's all about. I already know it's going to happen. Am I pissed off that it's not happening tomorrow? Do I want it to speed up? Or is this part of the process? Nah, got to get through his 10th grade. Got to go through 11th grade. Got to go through 12th grade. There's the ceremony. Here's the moment. Right? Predictable. It's planned. The reference that's used is, in the world of investing, is this is a moonshot. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is MOASS. This is the short squeeze. You don't want to miss. Everyone, transfer now. Get your money in. We need it all. You don't want to miss out. You know what it means to have a moon, to land on the moon? Like, to do anything that's calculated takes an immense amount of planning. It's not a stroke of luck. It's not a, hey, he pointed and, and he got lucky and he said, there it is. That's my moonshot. I'm going to take a shot. I'm Babe Ruth. I'm going to call my shot. I called my shot, man. I called GameStop. Ryan Cohen. I called it. Ball's getting pitched. It's going to take time for that ball to go over the wall, but it's going over the wall. No matter what. So, Mark, my point. It's time. It's just time, babe. You're up against your own mind and time. Expectation? The result? The outcome? Inevitable. It's going to happen with or without you. It's like death and taxes. Can't stop it. GameStop cannot be stopped. They're walking all the way to the finish line. They will be in the S&P 500. They will be worth $100 billion. They will find true value on this market. There's no denying it. There's no expectation to it happening tomorrow because I'm aware of the timeline. Are you? Price doesn't move. Oh my God. Headlines are bad. Oh my God. You know what's the best part about it? I'm going to tell you something else about being educated. Is that when you see a headline, it's like being a cop. I don't know if you've ever been a cop. I've been one before. And I remember, so we go into the room. We're investigating. We're asking questions. And we investigated this guy, and we were like, hey, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're at the barracks. You got your radio on, doing this, and and you know the answer. You know the truth. And he gives you a bullshit story and excuse. But you know the truth. Do you know how empowering that is? Like it doesn't matter what they tell you. You know the truth. Doesn't matter. Hey, guess what? Due process. Still got to go to court martial. Still got to get interviewed. Still got to do the whole process. But the outcome's the same. It's inevitable. We know what it's going to do. But we'll get there. There's a process. So guess what? When you see the headlines and they tell you Q4 revenue is down because the transformation from digital to physical, and you see the headlines and it says GameStop missed revenue and they missed this and they missed that, and you just go, oh, hold on. Hey, Lieutenant, I know the truth. I got it on tape. I read the script. It's inevitable. Oh, they're all wrong. People going to get fired for saying lies? No, that's what they're paid to do. See, it's awesome when you know the truth. When you're educated on your investment, nothing can move you. You don't care. You're like, if Wall Street doesn't get the price right, that's on them. I'll keep buying it down here at 32. I said 32 because Kingsbury's been a Team 51 member for 32 months. My brother. Do you know what it means to be a Team 51 member, guys? Anybody have any idea? There's a tattoo on my arm about it, right? GameStop Team 51. You know what Team 51 is? That's us crew here. You should acknowledge these guys when you see them in the chat. They pay for the cameras. They pay for the lights. They pay for the power. They keep this show on. They donate the most money out of everyone, with the exception of maybe, I don't know, there's a couple of big wigs out there. They know who they are. I don't want to say their names out loud, but look at my boy Kingsbury. They're dedicated to the cause. And I say thank you in advance. But it's what I've always told you guys. If you don't get your $3 worth of information, entertainment, education, conviction, if you don't get your $3 worth of engagement, I'm not doing my part. But what I am doing, I'm doing a live stream every day. I do videos every day. I'm dedicated to the craft. I'm dedicated to the knowledge and the information. And you get to go to bed worry-free. You get to look at your friends and family, and when they tell you you don't know what you're talking about, you're wrong on GameStop, and you get to say, sure I am. Remember, they're still working that 9 to 5. They're still grinding it out for a 50-cent raise. It's inevitable. GameStop is inevitable. It's going to happen no matter what, with or without the naysayers. Much love. Let's get back to it. All right, guys. Ooh, my position showed up out of nowhere. Whoa. Marantz, what happened? What'd you do in this position? Let's see. We're in for $59,151 into GameStop. Doing well. 25.03. So I'm $50 off here. It was a 51. There you go. 151. There we go. So my plan is to hit 60,000 and then keep going. I don't stop. I just hit numbers and I just keep going. I hit 2,500 shares. Keep going, right? You just don't stop. So 51 shares is what it reads, really, if you guys know how to read. I don't know if you guys know how to read. Back to the math. Now, to run GameStop, this is what it costs to run GameStop right here. $375 million with the exception of inventory. So $375 really on leases, plants, property, all the above. Okay? on your assets themselves. To run the company, I'm so sorry, I meant the other way around. To run the company, it's here. This is basically what you're paying. Okay? Pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing to run a $10 billion asset company. What we're sitting on is cash that was free, which we didn't have previously, we do now. Our long-term leases have shrank from $393 to $110 flat. $110 million will get you in and out of GameStop. Not a problem. I'm talking about the physical stores. That's a great thing. Now, we have officially gone positive on retained earnings. After being negative for so long, these last 3 years, we are now positive. We're back doing God's work. Our shareholder equity has increased from 1.6, 1.3 billion, all the way up to $5.4 billion. Shareholder equity, assets minus liabilities equals what's left. So, what does that do for you guys? Your book value per share is coming in at a $9.92. So, half the share itself is book. This is not even cash. Net cash is one thing. Total cash, we're way up. We're talking about $9 billion worth of cash on the investment, and our market cap is only 10.35. $9 billion of that is cash. What about these earnings? What about the $650 million of adjusted on earnings? What are we doing with that? I'm just curious. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So check this out, guys. Let's go quarterly real quick. Now let's talk about this magic quarter one right here. This is quarter one. It ends in the end of April. We're almost to April right now, and we're going to run through. It's very different this year. For those of you that are not familiar with fiscal calendars, this year is different because there are 53 weeks this year. So you guys need to know that on Wall Street, the numbers will not add up. We will be more. That extra week of revenue matters. But let's look at this number here. 732 with the massive increases of stores, product, everything, and then the decrease, because that was an increase versus the decrease today. How much revenue do you think we're really going to bring in? I'll call 700 flat. I'll call it flat at 700, and I'll just ballpark it that way. If I'm not asking for too much, to go from 821 to 700 would then tell you what? Yeah, maybe we did close 500 stores, 470 stores. But think about this right here. Gross profit for what it was. When you're at 700, our gross profit was 252. I'm going to go in there and say we're going to be better than this 34% of gross margin. You think we're going to be better? We were at 3503. We're cutting out all of the baby fat. This tells you logistically that we are doing the right thing at all times. So I think 34.5 is a good starting point for gross profit margin, but I'll go with 35 just to be fair. So for 35 times 7, you guys can do that math, but it's going to come out to about $245 million. I'm ballparking. Somewhere in that range. So we're very close to gross profit being the same. The difference this time around is our SG&A is going to be lower. SG&A is going to be somewhere around 210. I'm doing that math too. But let's just say it's 210. I'll be fair with you. If it is 210, we gain $18 million of profit right there off the SG&A. Additionally, we lose 7 on the gross profit. So we're going to be at around $11 million profit. You're going to get back to 35.5. Why? Because that's Canada. That's bullshit. So we're getting back to 35.5. If we get back to 35.5 plus the 11 to 10, we're at around $45 million, $50 million of profit operationally for GameStop, not negative 10. So we're going to be positive $50 million, no matter how you swing it. We then add in the interest. Now our interest was 86, but we know that it's going to be around 85. I'll just say 85. I'll be fair with some people. So if we go 85, where does that put us here? 85 puts you around 40 million plus another 30. So we're at $70 million on the bottom line down here. 70 million is what it's going to say, because are we going to add in Bitcoin? Are we going to add in Bitcoin? Is that going to be a number that we care about? We'll see. We'll see where Bitcoin ends up. But this is where you're at today. You're looking at a 70 million, and I'm not going to count Bitcoin just yet. So we're $20 million more of profit is what you'll see. That's my anticipation for quarter one. What does $20 million do for us? To go from positive 51 to 71, $20 million more is going to be around a 40% increase. 40% increase, guys, on income. You think they're going to care? You think anybody's going to say anything good about it? Probably not. But I can go to the next month. We're going to go up against the switch. Our interest will come up. We'll be okay on interest. We got about $10 million on there. But other than that, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough numbers to beat out year over year. But you're not trying to beat last year versus this year. All you're trying to do, just so that we're clear for everyone that's in the cheap seats, got to change your mentality right now. We're going to go from this turnaround company that needs to improve metrics. We're going to turn into one of these companies that's accumulating things, the bulk of things, sustainability. You can show what they call reoccurring income. You can do it across all networks, across the board, and increase. So yes, your gross profit margin will increase. Your revenue doesn't necessarily mean it's going to increase yet. It won't start increasing until you really get to the bottom pivot. We have 1,100 properties that are up for renewal this quarter, this year, for lease renewal. How many of those we're going to renew? We'll find out. But I know by looking at GameStop's numbers, they're doing the math a whole different way. We don't know what PowerPacks is paying. I know PowerPacks announced tonight that they're going to be opening up tomorrow a one-piece PowerPack, which is pretty cool. It's by popular demand. We'll see how much they can sustain on that. But the cards that they have on their website, some cards are missing. I've looked myself. I've looked and I've looked and I've looked. Guys, if we're launching GameStop's Collectors Exchange, if that is still going through, if that is still a thing and not just a rumor, these numbers can go up fast, big. A merger and acquisition announcement from Ryan Cohen would rock the market. This investment's already fruitful. This investment's already at the stage of accumulation. I hope you understand what it is. Every metric that I look at, every measurable that we use, it's increased in our favor. We're holding the PE ratios. We're holding the EPS above $1 soon enough. Those adjusted numbers are going to come back to you. We took hits, we took losses, we took warrant payoffs. We did a lot this whole year. Let it all fall down where it needs to. I don't think the stock price moves until Ryan Cohen's compensation plan gets approved on, because the minute it gets to $32, you're now in new territory. $32 a share for GameStop with the diluted float that they have available to them and the warrants that would be exercised, you are looking at $23 billion worth of market cap. 23 is a lucky number. Not because it's Michael Jordan's number or LeBron James. Nope. It's because the requirement to get into the S&P 500 is 22.7. And GameStop will be eligible, period. You don't want to see 35. No, you don't. And you don't want to see 38, and you don't want to see 40 Wall Street. You can't handle a run on GameStop of $10 a share. You can't handle a market cap increase of $5 billion because levees will break. Your face will break. We know the truth. The best part about this channel, about this information, about all of us, is that we know the truth. We know private equity is crumbling at the bucket right now. They are limiting redemptions because they know this charade has gone on long enough. You cannot sustain the losses. We have outlived you. We outlasted you. And now you feel the pain. Now here comes the pressure. You thought sleeping a little uneasy when they're doing capital hearings on the Hill and Roy and Kitty's coming out with these movies about dumb money. You thought that was uneasy? You thought people tracking your air flight when you're not even involved, King Griffin, you thought that was easy? Hey, the real villains of Wall Street? Apollo, KKR, Blackstone, Carlyle Group, Bain and Company. The real villains of Wall Street, private equity. You lost. It's just a matter of time. I got time, babe. And even when I run out of time, I still got time. Do you get it yet? You're never going to move me. I know the truth. And so does everyone here. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. And they know it. Peace.